Hi there, I'm Kay, coach, consultant and management trainer, and I want to share with you what goes wrong when introducing change within a team. As I am a millennial and have a very creative mind, I love trying out new ways, especially if everybody tells me, I've done this, it didn't work. I often got the eyebrow of my peers and team members. I could see them thinking, there she goes again. She has an idea. This makes me even more motivated to try it because I could prove them wrong. Throughout my career, I learned one thing. You can prove them wrong by yourself, and I certainly did on several times. But it is so much harder on your own than when your team is behind you and drives change with you. So here are my 5 steps to consider before implementing change or a new project. First, keep your enthusiasm. You have to be completely convinced that your idea will work, but don't be blinded by it. Listen and observe team reaction when you tell them your idea. Have them react on it and ask questions. Let them express themselves and listen, even when they are negative. This information is essential to make your project even stronger. Don't be defensive. If you are reacting defensively, they will disconnect and won't give you the information you need to go forward. You need this first feedback to get them involved. This is not the moment to persuade them and defend your case. This is the time to listen. Second, know when to bring change and why. When arriving with a new project, you need to measure if it is the right timing for it. When you are having a crazy season, maybe it is better to wait for a better moment to work on change. But don't wait forever, as change is always going to destabilize your team. Whenever you do it, just calculate the risks. Explain why you want to address this problem or implement a new idea. When people understand why they do things, even if they don't completely agree, this builds trust and it is easier to accept change. Third, change can be scary for team members, as this idea comes from you. I'm sure you are excited to start the change, but you have to know that for most normal people, change is something that scares them. Not everybody dies off a cliff that easily without knowing if there is a river underneath that is profound enough. That's what most team members feel when change is announced. Yes, they do. So acknowledge this feeling by telling them that it is okay to feel a bit disturbed and having questions. Reassure them and let them come to you to discuss this. And this brings me to the 4th step. Go step by step. Break it down. When you break steps down, you explain what is going to happen. You give them a process of the different steps in a certain time frame. Even if change is necessary to grow a business, you still need your people with you to make it a success. So trickle it down. What's the first step? When will this be in place? When do they need to help you? What is expected from them in that part of the process? And more importantly, when is it out of their hands? When people understand where they are going, change can bring your team together instead of separating them. And last but not least, stay by your promises. When going through a change, you are even more in the spotlight. There is nothing worse than a leader promising a team, reassuring them that their concerns are taken into account, and then completely do the opposite. Do you want a team crisis? Then you have to do just that. So stay by what you promise, and if you are not sure to keep the promise, don't make it. Just reassure your team that you will be going through it together and that you are there for them to explain and listen. So the 5 steps that worked for me to implement my crazy ideas into my team are: be enthusiastic, but measure your enthusiasm. Explain when and why you bring change. Acknowledge their feelings. Go step by step and stay by your promises. So good luck with implementing change into your team. And have fun creating it together. If you need any help, shout out through email, socials or by commenting below. take some action. Bye.